Morning, all. All right, so I'm standing in front of the board because if you don't want the expansion draft experience ruined, you don't want everything spoiled, then, although in the title I'll probably mention there's going to be spoilers in here, then, just turn off the video, go about your day, and at 5 o'clock Pacific tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, we can all be surprised about who Seattle takes. We good? All right. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. All right. So, with these many names being known already, why are we still going to watch the expansion draft? Why am I still excited to watch the expansion draft? Well, A, it's an expansion draft, so that's fun to watch. And B, we don't know what kind of side deals got made for some of these names to be on the board. There are some really confounding names on this board. Seattle is going to be well under the cap. Seattle has not taken on the bad contracts at all. And they're going to be well under the cap. There are some deals being made as well. So yeah, let's go through it. The side deals haven't been announced. They'll get announced during the expansion draft. So there are going to be trades announced tonight, the same as we had with Vegas their first night. Remember Vegas? We were all like, we all know who's going to get taken by Vegas, but whatever. And then there were a bunch of trades announced during the expansion process or before it, during it. And yeah, that was fun. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern is the end of the trade moratorium, so teams can start making trades again. So, I didn't go alphabetical with this. I just went through what I was able to find. We found out that Frank Saravalli is the guy who had a birthday party. Every time a kid picks up a present, he'd be like, "Oh, I know what that is. That's a car. Oh, I know what that is. I know what you got there." And by about the fourth gift, the parent would want to smack him on the back of the head. Gavin Bayreuther has been apparently picked up. And again, this is the rumored list, right? From Columbus. So Bayreuther, I remember him in Dallas, decent depth guy, but just a depth guy. And that's the other part too. Seattle isn't necessarily just going to take guys that they envision as being part of their roster next year. The expansion draft it's the start. There's free agency and there's still trades to be made. Cale Fleury is the pickup from Montreal, one of two Fleuries that they're picking up. So expansion teams in the 2010s and 2020s have to take somebody named Fleury. That was kind of a surprise. I didn't see him on any of the mock drafts. Cole Lind has been the pick from Vancouver, which makes a lot of sense. Lind has some upside there. For Minnesota, kind of a surprise to see Carson Soucy there mildly, though. Soucy's a good defenseman, so the choice between him or Kraken, it's possible that there was a deal made with Minnesota. Again, we'll find out tonight what deals were made to get this list. Jonas Donskoy will be the pick from the Colorado Avalanche. Adam Larson from Edmonton. This is the danger, and people kept saying, well, they don't have to sign Larson, sign him after. He's not going to sign with Seattle. He's come to an agreement with Edmonton. No, he didn't. He's signing a 4-year deal with Seattle worth $16 million. So Adam Larson is out of Edmonton. And now they're going to have to go out on the market and probably pay more than $4 million a year to try to replace what he does defensively. So for Ken Holland, I would say the heat got turned up. But good news for Oiler fans. Apparently Mike Smith's coming back on a multi-year deal at $2 million per season. So there you go. I was surprised by the multi-year part. Apparently it's a 2-year contract. But that'll get announced pretty quickly here, right after the expansion draft, you'd have to think. Apparently the NHL had to send out a notice to teams saying, you understand you're not allowed to negotiate with your unrestricted free agents right now. It's an exclusive time for Seattle. I would think that's after the Goudreau contract details leaked out. They went, wait, what? Because I had that reaction too, but they don't have the rights to even negotiate with him right now. Jamie Alexiak is expected to sign a deal with Seattle as well. He will be the pick from Dallas. I'll miss him in Dallas. Morgan Geekie, forward, picked by Carolina. So they passed on Jake Bean and went with Geekie, who, again, this is a team that they're familiar with, Ron Francis and all that, right? So Geekie's the guy. Philadelphia, they took Carson Twarynski. You would think there had to be a deal there to pick Carson Twarynski, or they looked at the other contracts and went, nope, don't like any of those contracts. So yeah, Twarynski's the guy. St. Louis, Vince Dunn will be the pick. Again, I know people are going to say, why are they passing on Tarasenko? Because he had 4 goals and he made $7.5 million. And apparently deals that Seattle was looking at, teams wanted them to retain cap. Well, why are you taking on dead cap out of the expansion draft? So that to me is a no-go as well. Might as well take a guy who can play. Jared McCann's the pick from Toronto. So yesterday, all that, oh, it's Alex Kerfoot. It leaked out it's Alex Kerfoot. No, it's Jared McCann. So McCann's the pick. Steve Dangle is handling it well. That they gave up a prospect and a draft pick for a guy who left. But they did this so that the idea was if they lost Kerfoot, they have McCann. If they lose McCann, they have Kerfoot. If they don't make the deal for McCann, then they lose Kerfoot. So I get it. I also get the frustration. Chris Drieger, Vitek Vanacek, Joey Decord. 3 goalies who were taken. Drieger is signing a 3-year deal with them for $3.5 million per. Vanacek and Decord, both good young goaltenders. So no Carey Price, no Kraken in either. But you would think with Drieger, Vanacek, and Decord, is there another goaltender they're going to pick up? Either via free agency or something. They're going to need more than 3 goaltenders in the organization. So sign one as a UFA, I would think. Drieger and Vanacek may be the tandem. We can have the discussion on how that tandem would look. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Brandon Tanev from Pittsburgh. Sounds like he's the one that's going. As I had expected. Tanev brings a little bit of everything, so good pick. Curtis McDermott from LA. To me, again, that feels like one that might have been made with a side deal. I mean, McDermott's, he's got some good parts to his game, but I thought there were better picks. So we'll see. And again, for Ron Francis, there's kind of this 3D chess thing you're doing where, or 4D chess you're doing where you're trying to figure out, okay, so this is just the expansion, and then what am I going to do beyond it? So there's other plans in place. You're not going to take 30 guys that are going to be in your lineup because you only have a 23-man roster, right? Jeremy Lauzon will be the pick from Boston. To me, that was a no-brainer. Alexander True is the pick from San Jose. So he didn't play that much. And when he did play, he didn't get a lot of ice time. So we'll see what kind of role he has or if there was a side deal made there. Mason Appleton is, in fact, going to be the pick from Winnipeg. Mark Giordano is not only supposed to be the pick from Calgary, but they're supposed to name him captain. So they're not going to follow the Vegas template of not having a captain out of the gate. They're going to give that role to Giordano, who, by the looks of this team, will be the public face of the franchise for now. Calle Jarnkrok is the pick from Nashville. They didn't take on a bad contract. They just didn't. So Jarnkrok's the guy. Tyler Pitlick is forward. The other thing I thought was funny was that on the depth chart with the names on the board, they have Jared McCann on the wing. And, of course, he can play center. They took a lot of centers. There's always a market for centers. There's not always a great market for middle-of-the-road wingers, but middle-of-the-road centers, you always want your third-line center, fourth-line center. There's always going to be that market. Yanni Gourde is the pick from Tampa, so they help them out cap-wise. They take them, as far as I can tell right now, with that pick, Tampa Bay now under the cap for next season because there's guys they haven't signed yet. So Yanni Gourde will be the guy going to Seattle. Nathan Bastian from New Jersey. It's a good pick, and we'll see how that goes. Jordan Eberle is the pick from the New York Islanders. So, again, I thought that was pretty obvious. And Hayden Fleury's the pick from Anaheim, Detroit defenseman. So, there are a number of defensemen that are known. The teams that are not known yet are Buffalo, Detroit, Chicago, and the New York Rangers. And I would expect those picks to leak out between now and when they make their choices. Public, anyways. So what they've put together here is just that blueprint. Just that this is the basics. This is the starting point. And when Vegas made their picks, as I mentioned in a video a couple days ago, they picked a lot of guys who never spent a game in a Vegas uniform or guys that were traded out that first season. So this is just the basics. This is just the starting point, and we'll see what kind of deals are announced when we get to tonight. So there will be the live stream tonight. Looking forward to that. Maybe it'll be less attended because of the amount of spoilers that are on this board, but there will be trades and there will be other things announced. And again, tomorrow morning, teams are able to make trades yet again. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And the question I have is, which teams do you think made side deals with Seattle to have the players on the list that are taken rather than ones they wanted to keep? Like Columbus, did they say, here's a 4th-round pick not to take Domi? And they went, sure. All right, who do you want us to take? Take Bayreuther. All right, we'll take Bayreuther. Maybe they weren't all that sold on Domi in the first place, and they just get that draft pick instead. Look for Seattle to pick up some draft picks tonight. All right, thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.